It. For example, the Paycheck Protection Act. 1% of the money's gone out. 1%. 1% of the that's not the paycheck. The bill for small businesses. Lending. Mainstream lending. 1%'s gone out.
Have you been tested for some degree of cognitive decline?
I've been tested, and I'm constantly tested.
Have you taken a cognitive test?
No, I haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. And what makes his wild claims and hopes, he now hopes we don't notice what he said or won't remember. And when he does follow through or doesn't do when follow through, the exact opposite.
Understanding what you may hear about me, I have incredibly good judgment. One, I married Jill. And two, I appointed Johnson to the academy. I just want you to know that. Just clap for that, you stupid bastard.
How was your role as vice president in charge of policy in Ukraine, in your son's job in Ukraine? How is that not a conflict of interest?
It's not a conflict of interest. There's been no indication of any conflict of interest from Ukraine or anywhere else. Period. I'm not gonna respond to that. Let's focus on the problem. Focus on this man, what he's doing, that no president has ever done. No president. May you have a healthy, happy, and sweet new year. And I just think that it's Shana Tova, get it done. We can do this. Yes, and by the way, what you all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African-American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things. And I had a nurse nurses at Walter Reed Hospital who would bend down and whisper in my ear. Wow. They'd go home and get me pillows. They would make sure they'd actually, probably nothing ever taught in, you can't do it in the COVID time, but they'd actually breathe in my nostrils to make me move, to get me moving. Tens of thousands of cars tossed around like leaves in a fall windstorm. 161,000 brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, grandparents lost. I made it absolutely clear that I would go forward with the confirmation process as chairman, even a few months before a presidential election, if the nominee were chosen with the advice and not merely the consent of the Senate, just as the Constitution requires. My consistent advice to presidents of both parties, including this president, has been that we should engage fully in the constitutional process of advice and consent. And my consistent understanding of the Constitution has been the Senate must do so as well, period. They have an obligation to do so. Never before in our nation's history has a Supreme Court justice been nominated and installed while a presidential election is already underway. And perhaps, most cruelly of all, if Donald Trump has his way, the complications from COVID-19, which are well beyond what they should be. It's estimated that 200 million people have died, probably by the time I finish this talk. And so he's done every single thing, including having a postmaster general who still doesn't know who dismantled those machines. Who ordered picking up those places to mail your ballots? I mean, it's just America. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America. One nation, indivisible, under God, for real. Because if you could take care, if you were a quartermaster, you can sure in hell take care of running a department store thing, where. And the second floor of the ladies' department or whatever, you know what I mean? Good afternoon, and welcome to the nation's Constitution Center. I had the great privilege of being guest leader of this outfit for a year. It's an appropriate place to make the speech I'm about to make. I attended